Nobody's against your pro-animal agenda. It's that your message is ultimately anti-human. You're the type of people who, after Hurricane Katrina, demand the priority rescue of animals while there are still women and children to be saved. The type of people who couldn't care less about an innocent lady being beheaded in the name of Allah, but will mourn the death of a
It's so weird seeing these old video clips of Steven Crowder. Man, let's see. Let's pick another one. Angry mob mauls Crowder. Relax.
Trouble. I don't want any trouble. What are you doing here at the healthcare protest? Pastel purple, clearly some kind of gang color.
I'm totally against the bill that they have out right now, HR 3200.
Okay, Nancy, calm down. You're in a safe place with people who care about you.
Well, I think this is a meeting of everyday Americans, you know, wanting to know what's going on.
So you think that as an American citizen, you have the right to know?
That's right. I have a right to know. I have a right to know anything that I want to know. This is a free country.
There he is, straight from the crazies' mouths. Troy, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13, and what exactly are you doing at the healthcare protest?
Well, I'm...
A PhD in what?
Let's fast forward to today. Let's go back and let's see. You see what I see?
You catch my drift. 10 years ago.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, imagine like...
All right, hold on, lady, because you're talking way too much. Let's go here.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. You just did. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if
His wife is
do
pregnant
things, then
with
I will go
twins.
pick up the groceries.
Now, I don't get it,
Wood pellets.
because
My grill. I know it's not unreasonable,
if someone's carrying your
but
kids,
I'll go do it.
even if they have an attitude,
Hillary, how do you respect me? Yeah. Other than that,
so all this
you see the love.
this happens between him and his wife. On top of that, we have, where is it? The old co-host of his come out saying he needs money. Why does he need money? See if somebody plays it. Right here.
And very broad non-disparagement clause many years ago. I voluntarily left my job after deciding I could no longer put myself or my growing family through the toxic and abusive work environment I had endured for years. This place was and is.
He
to
needs
this
money
day a
because he's
workplace
getting
rife with
sued
sexual
by
misconduct,
Steven Crowder.
degeneracy and
Steven
aggression.
Crowder is suing
Things I
Jared,
saw.
or as his character
done to
was
me,
on the
the
show,
things
not gay
my
Jared.
lawyer
He's getting sued.
to
Why?
others were
One, he can't
disgusting,
work,
shocking,
he
and
can't
utterly,
talk, he can't express
indefensible.
himself, and Jared is fed up. He needs to support his
I have
family.
the receipts.
So he's coming out. He has the receipts.
This all took a
He's coming
serious
out
toll
with
on my
the
personal
truth.
health.
And for some reason, Crowder and company are afraid of that. It's not just Steven Crowder, but it is his buddies too. Look, Gerald. So this guy comes out,
Being legally abused and
says he
intimidated into
needs
silence
help.
by a former employer. This has been going on
He's
for a
being
while now, and it's-
financially abused by Steven Crowder's company.
but I am
Steven
asking
Crowder
for
is
your
completely silent, and this guy says he needs help because he wants to have his freedom of speech. Something that
help. Late
Steven
October
Crowder
2023,
and his company, say, oh, we are First Amendment absolutists, blah, 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 blah.
Legal action in the
But here they are, dragging this guy into the mud for years.
the scare tactics. Of
And when he cries out for help,
they isolate and
they threaten him. I didn't want to do this either, but you just forced my hand. So in 15 minutes, let's see what they say. Let's see if they're going to be compassionate. Let's see if they're going to say, all right, we're not afraid of freedom of speech. I doubt it, because someone like Crowder, who in recent times we found out that one, records phone calls with his friends. He is verbally abusive to his pregnant wife or anybody. He is abusive to his staff. He's abusive to his past staff, not allowing them to freely speak what they want to speak, freely get employment wherever they want. And when they express themselves because of frustration because of that, his best friends threaten them with more of the same crap that they're getting. It's ridiculous. You know?
No. I don't mean man. No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not
then I
taking
will ask them to do that. Would you like me to ask?
the car. Right?
It's not correct, Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up?
So boxed in. You got a hot tub, a swimming pool, a pool deck, a lounge, a shaded-in patio, a backyard, a dog, a grill. You're so boxed in, right? You're so boxed in that your pregnant wife, barefoot, is saying, hey, I need to take the car so I can go to the store. And you're saying, no.
I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
This is the person that he says, for the rest of my life, I will love and cherish you. And this is how he treats the woman of his life, his wife. Could you imagine how he treats people he has to work with? People he has to do business deals with.
You throw your hand, you give up so easy.
I don't give up.
You know? He claimed to record, where is it? Let's go. His phone calls with Daily Wire. Oh, it's a big con, blah, 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 blah. You know, instead of just arguing with them, like, straight up.
All right. Our friend Steven Crowder has launched a new initiative called Stop Big Con. And in the video announcing the launch of the project, he talked about leaving back. In fact, I think it's a very good offer. But I think there's a lot of sort of misconceptions about the nature of the offer, the nature of the points. I think Steven misunderstood a lot of the points. And so the way we do here at the Daily Wire, we're just going to be incredibly transparent.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Let's see. Stop Big Con.
They don't get deals that...
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a little bit. They can be wage slaves for a little bit.
God bless the talk boy. Those things are worth like $5,000 now. It's an expensive gag. So didn't want to have to do this, but Daily Wire.
Again, I didn't want to have to do this, right? Where was it? I didn't want to have to do this either. I mean, you did it. You could have just said, No, thank you, Daily Wire. I will not partake. But you chose, this is a year ago, you chose to record it and post it online. You got 2.1 million views. And what happened? It backfired. It backfired. Let's see. The first comment. Steven's the type of guy to make his wife pregnant with twins do chores so he can sit on the porch and smoke a cigar. Please release the whole tape. We all know 5 seconds is usually out of context. It's not about the money. I didn't want to do this. Then runs for more than a month without responding. I didn't want to do this. Yes, you did. See? I don't get it, but that's his MO.
Themselves very, very quickly.
Let me. I bet you when they go live in 10 minutes, they're gonna try to portray themselves as the victim, like right here. Oh, I don't want to have to do this. Just wait. But you just forced my hand. Okay. You're gonna be a victim again.
Beyond the numerical value.
You're gonna be a victim.
I'll get to. Everything else is untrue. I don't really want to get into that.
Victim mentality. Okay.
Go back to the 20-something minute video.
They're trying to come up and be beholden to this contract. This contract owns it in perpetuity even after the contract.
If you're looking to either join a network or looking to navigate these contracts, we've been flooded. I'm going to try and get to all of you. But here's the thing. Let me give you my word right now. My word. Everyone, you can timestamp it, call me on it. Here at Mug Club, we will never take any ownership over your social media platforms or your channels, and I don't want.
You're afraid of free speech, dude.
Of your YouTube revenue. You make your own decision as to whether
Daily
you
Wire,
want to monetize or not. Some people want to.
The both of you afraid of free speech.
I just have a problem with
requiring that. Just right over here.
Penalizing you.
You got the same thing happening with Candace Owens and the Daily Wire. It seems like in today's online world, all you really got to do is just get a mic, get a camera, and just start talking. Just start talking. You know, this is ridiculous. I want to see what he's going to say, you know, in like 10 minutes. You know, I predict it's going to be a lot like this video here, where they're going to try to portray themselves as another victim. Oh, well, you know, we have to hire lawyers. This is going to be really expensive for us. That's your fault. That's your fault. Nobody told you to shove these mouthpieces into all your ex-employees. You shouldn't have anything to worry about if they were fired, if they quit, if they moved on to better pastures. What are you worried about? Your dirty laundry getting aired out? It's already happened.
You give up so easily?
It's already happened. So the point of you suing and continue to suing Jared and anybody else who's airing out your dirty laundry is ridiculous. Everybody knows you're an asshole. You know? Everybody sees it. This video alone, yeah, it could be out of context, whatever. At the same time, I don't love you. This guy has a really twisted, warped reality as to what a marriage and wife and love is, you know, because just the other day, I forgot her name, man. What was her name? That 8 Passengers mom. Yeah, this lady. Oh, come on.
Wrong. I mean, I should be here. I haven't done anything.
Her and this one. These women have like these weird, I don't know what it is, if it's a religion or what, but they have this sick, twisted reality of what a loving relationship should be. You know, this woman convinced her husband that, oh, if you want to have a relationship with me, then you can't ask for sex. You can't ask me to be sexy. You can't ask for me to wear lingerie. And if you do, then you have a sex addiction. Isn't that crazy? They have they want to be the victim. They want to make anybody else who doesn't agree to what they're thinking seem crazy. You know? Where is that one? He's the victim. You're leaving me here with my hot tub and my swimming pool and my grill and my patio that's shaded and my dog and my backyard and my big house. You're leaving me boxed in. But then tells his wife, fucking watch it, or you don't love me and I don't love you and I never felt love from you. You're the victim, and this is the crazy person. You're trying to make a sane person think that she's crazy. You know? And let's check Rumble. Let's bring that down here. Bloop. Refresh this. Oh, let's see. We'll leave this up here. Let that cook. I'm just reading the chat over here for a minute. Fuck Jared. Alright. Not Gay Jared is suing the company. I support the bitch ass. I'm not gonna say that. The truth is Steven loves big gay dongs. Oh man. I don't know, bro. I do not know what you think you're gonna get out of this. But I'll stay tuned. Fuck it. You know, you already portrayed yourself and your friends as complete assholes. You just go over to listen. So you guys want to be the victims, right? Steven Crowder and company. Let's see who supports Jared. Let's go ahead, right? You go to Jared and he says, I'm putting this hashtag. First person, Candace Owens, right? Some ad, a couple people, blah 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 blah. Let's see who did this. So Jared, a couple other peoples. Oh, hello. Hello, what is this? What is this? Your own wife supports your ex-wife supports him. Oh, that's awkward, isn't it? That is very awkward.
For a while now, and it simply cannot live in darkness for another day. But I am asking for your help.
Who else? I don't know any of these people. I'm looking for people I recognize. Let's go up to the latest. These stupid ads. Well, Jared put out his video. We're going to see what you have to say. I don't know if you're going to be on time. But, let's see. I doubt it. But, again, you put yourself in that position, bro. You know, you put out constant videos of you being portrayed as a victim.
If you don't. And to
and for it to just backfire, because then the truth eventually comes out that you're an asshole. Here, I'll show you. Look. I'll show you what the drama is. Right here.
I'm currently being legally abused and intimidated into silence by a former employer. This has been going on for a while now, and it simply cannot live in darkness for another day. But I am asking for your help to fight back. First, some context.
It's been years since we've seen this guy.
In late October of 2023, to my surprise, I was served these papers. A cease and desist from my former employer. It threatened severe legal action in the form of a lawsuit and demanded I cease communications with my friends. The scare tactics of cease and desist are generally to intimidate, isolate, and eventually devastate. Like most cease and desist, it also demanded that I swiftly provide them written file with the county court of my former place of employment, demanding that I be subject to legal issues. And I knew that once I opened the door to legal abuse, it would never ever be shut. This is how they operate. In fact, I'm not the only one who's a current victim.
Yep.
My former employer is exploiting the legal system.
Quarter black. Jared probably, Sven Computer, Jared, his wife, Hillary.
This kind of harassment at the hands of the powerful isn't just designed to financially ruin somebody. It's designed to cripple their soul. Now, it wasn't about to
this was issued from the Crowder Company to Jared. They've been harassing him financially
I was not about
for
to
years.
allow the privacy of my personal life, the trust I have with my friends, and the real
They won't let him get a job. They won't let him talk. They won't let him do anything.
Vindictive and abusive manner. It simply was not going to happen. Now, here's the big question, is what was their entire reason for this harassment and the basis for their claims? These documents, an NDA. Some more context. I signed this separation, obviously to help with the financial burden I've already accrued with this legal matter right here. That's taken care of. That matter is priority number one as I'm going further and further into debt with each passing day. The second reason I'm asking for financial assistance, is to proactively address my unconstitutional anti-free speech NDA, which is the basis for all of their claims against me. I simply don't have. Truthfully, I don't know how much money this will take, probably much more than my current goal is, but every penny I do have left from your donations will go toward helping other ex-employees, dear friends of mine, fight back and escape their identical situations with the same employer.
All right, let's see. Oh, still not live yet. We're gonna refresh this. So, all this from a guy who's constantly portraying himself as a victim, constantly being the one shown with receipts that he is the perpetrator to a lot of his abuse. That he's the one being abusive. Him and his cohorts are the ones being abusive. Yeah. He's gonna shoot himself in the foot once again. Once again, it's gonna backfire. And I bet you $1 from a year ago to today is gonna be the same kind of fucking conversation. He's gonna portray himself as a victim. Where is this? Is it? I didn't want to do this. Name of the video. Fast forward to today. Where is it? Damn it. Did I lose it? Yeah. I didn't want to do this either.
Monetization, or if they're removed from iTunes, Apple, YouTube. Everyone, a model for everyone. Not just, let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model, or this movement cannot work, Jeremy. I can't
Hypocrites.
imagine my show
Hypocrites
trying to
left
come
and
up
right. On both
be
ends.
beholden
With Jeremy,
to YouTube
with
advertising
Steven,
guidelines.
hypocrites, all of them.
Let alone, I mean, honestly,
You know,
being
if
beholden to
anybody
consumer
wants to
vendors
voice their opinion,
with hard
the
stuff
internet is
being
free
removed,
and
let
open
alone being
to everybody.
advertiser friendly. We know
Say
how
what you
wrong those
want.
guidelines are.
Don't
They
be
might as well just
scared
say,
of what
don't say anything offensive.
of what they think they have control over. Fucking say it. Fucking say it. Just come out, say what you want to say, and move on. It's people like Steven and people like I think this guy's name is Jeremy and Ben Shapiro. These people are afraid of letting the truth come out.
How about you create a different business model?
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Of course, telling someone else, hey, change your business model. I get it. I'm in no position.
Because if Jeremy, if Ben, if Steven, if Gerald were not afraid of the truth, then this video wouldn't bother them. It would catch no traction. But because little Jared here, all right, let's see how many followers he got. He probably got more since then, but not even 100K. Right? Let's go to Jared or Gerald. Damn. Let's see Steven then. I bet you Steven got some more, but that's Steven Crowder. He is the star of their show. Yeah. So let's check Rumble. I'm gonna refresh this. Still nothing. The chat's going off. I guess some people haven't gotten their mug yet. Yep. Hire Candace. Where does it say that? Did I miss it? Hire Yeah, right there. First off, Candace Owens is a free speech person. That's why she left the Daily Wire. She's not going to go from one controlling, manipulating company to another controlling and manipulating company. Why? That's stupid. You know? You're going to go from being ousted from the company because you don't share the same opinion as your boss, but at the same time your boss says, we believe in free speech and we want to create a platform where people can say whatever it is they want to say. But then it's bullshit, right? Because where is it? Let's go over to the Young Turks. Sure, why not? Let's see what they have.
Former employees of Steven Crowder's have decided to come forward to talk about how difficult it was to work for him, how abusive he is as an employer. And before we get to the latest allegations against him, I think it's important to talk about some of the allegations coming from one of his former co-hosts. And these allegations were made last week. So Matt Landau is the name of the individual we're talking about here. And he was a co-host for Steven Crowder and then later left and is now currently working for The Blaze. So he detailed how Crowder had installed a Dave Don't Talk button in the studio because he wanted to ensure that he always got the last word and that his co-host did not get the last word. So here's more from Landau.
How were you informed that there is a Don't Talk light, and what was your reaction?
I was pissed a bit because I know my job. I know that he talks a lot. I know that
Figures.
he's the star of the show.
Figures that he's always got to have the last word with everything.
It's what I did with Anthony for
Where is it?
years. It's what I did next to Art.
Crowder and company can never just let bygones be bygones. He constantly is surrounded with yes men who will, we gotta respond to this. We have to say something. We gotta do something. No, you don't. You really don't. You don't gotta do a thing. But here you are. Probably the largest amount of viewers you had in months right here because of Jared. And because of Jared, you are going to come out today as a victim. I'll bet it.
Party. It's what it's what I do. I'm not trying to ever steamroll him.
Right.
It was just, hey, don't be funnier. Don't be, and that's the truth. I mean, it sounds bitter, but I knew it was true because I was pulled aside and I said it, and it was, hey, make sure if you're doing a rant or like you guys are riffing, he gets the last word.
You were told this explicitly?
Yes. It was all about the title, and I wasn't respecting it, so there needed to be a light. And I had to make sure that, you know, he got the last thing. So even if I did have a funnier joke, I would just leave it out. It was important for the fans to not hear it. I always felt that my job as a comedian was to leave out the good one. I have heard of it where it's just the star needs to look like the star. So okay. I guess, you know, it's his show, fine. But I also feel like somebody who's so pro free speech and non-censorship, he was really about censorship.
So that was Dave Landau, his former co-host. I'm mixing up his first name
What?
with Matt McClory.
It's weird to have this reality where just 6 years ago, Crowder and company and Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire were the right wing. Oh, we're in the right. We have the right opinions. And all of that is being blown out of the water with the truth that comes out. That there's two sides of the right-wing party. There's the old right wings and this new generation of right-wingers. And the new generation is not going to be held back. It can't. It's today. It's what's going on right now. You can't hold it back. It's like trying to stop leaks on the internet. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. But here you go with the same old. Oh, we're going to respond to this and try to bury him. And anybody else who wants to voice anything bad about us. Well, if there was nothing bad about you, then these comments wouldn't hurt you. But you're so desperately trying to stop Jared from saying what he wants to say. It must be something that we haven't seen yet, right?
Like, oh, this is unbelievable. This is outrageous. But look at the ego. I find the ego sickening.
I don't like Chank either.
Shine. So if you have a funny
but
joke,
he's got a point.
Then why the hell did you hire him? What did you hire him to make non-funny jokes? I think that's pathetic. Putting aside like, oh, workplace issues, this, that, the other thing. If you tell someone in your network, don't outshine me, you are pathetic and should go home, okay? So if somebody is funnier than me, which is not a high bar, or makes better points than me on this network, I love it because I want to actually support creators. Now that leads me to Steven Crowder. Remember, oh, this $50 million slave contract, and I don't want to do this not because of me, but because of the other creators I want to support. It turns out he hates the other creators.
This is low-hanging fruit. This is low-hanging fruit for Chank and TYT because, you know, Crowder has been for the last 7 years demolishing them with subscribers, demolishing them with views, and finally the truth comes out that the Crowder guy is an asshole. But what is it? A broken clock is right twice a day. This is TYT's moment. Twice a day, once a year, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like last year, it was him beating up his wife. This year is all these ex-employees that are coming out and saying that Crowder's an asshole. I saw something. Almost 20,000 views here. What you guys waiting on? Here's what you don't know. Oh, here we go. The victim. The victim is coming out. Let's see. Here's what we don't know. What we do know is Steven Crowder is abusive to his wife. Steven Crowder is abusive to his staff. Steven Crowder records phone calls of friends and other business transactions and tries to portray himself as a victim. That's what we do know. So enlighten us, Gerald, Steven. What is it that we don't know? You guys were saying, oh, we're going to be live at 10 o'clock. Well, here's something we do know now. You're late. F. Gay Jared. Jared is a... Oh, man, this chat's going fast. But, yeah. What is it that you guys are afraid of? That's what I'm concerned about. They're going to come out and they're going to spit out a lot of the legal jargon. They're going to portray themselves as a victim because they have to put money into hiring lawyers for them to take Jared to court. That's where their victimhood is going to come from. You know? And that's the reason why they're still like, I don't know, should we really go through with this? 20,000 views. Drama's drama. Drama breeds in views. But let's see. Where's Cenk? I like listening to Cenk go fucking bananas.
Appearance, and Landau asked Crowder about it, the conservative personality unleashed on his co-host. He told me he owns me. It was venomous. I saw a different person that I had heard rumors about, Landau told Michael Malice during that interview. So it was another portion of that conversation. Now let's go to the latest complaints coming from former employees. I started with Landau because he was the only one who was willing to speak out publicly without hiding his identity. In this case, the New York Post spoke to several of Crowder's former employees. None of them wanted to be on the record with their names. They're worried about retaliation. Some of them also signed non-disclosure agreements. The Post also writes that they spoke to 10 former employees who claim Crowder ran an abusive company where he often screamed at his employees, including his own father, exposed his genitals, by the way, that allegedly happened a lot, sent out directives to arbitrarily fire people, and made underlings wash his dirty laundry.
Jesus Christ.
At work.
All right, so look.
Low-hanging fruit for these people, but again.
Since 2021, I've been living through what has increasingly been a horrendous divorce. So if you're familiar with the idea of extortion, then you know the feeling well. Now, some of these threats were so thinly veiled that I'm frankly surprised you didn't all guess immediately.
Steven has a lot going on.
Steven Crowder is now accusing Candace Owens of extortion. And Candace Owens has absolutely flipped out.
He's
over
a
those
victim.
Accusations, which we will get to in just a moment. Let's catch you up in case you missed some of this.
Come on. Cry.
Most folks don't realize our
finally, here
country
we
is
go.
only 4 missed meals away from
This
chaos
is a commercial.
during a national emergency.
Lightsabers are finally a reality.
Fuck.
And you
Come
can
on,
own one.
commercials.
This
Get
new
outta
military
here.
flashlight is basically a lightsaber.
We're still waiting. Oh, at least we got a countdown now. Let's see, where's the old one? Let's see how... It's gonna start off with a joke.
They could be wage slaves.
If you see all of the people who
But
work
it
there,
will then
some of
turn
them I
into
have
him
relationships
being a
with,
victim.
they immediately tried to make this all about money. Here's the problem. There are a few problems, and I'll go through with some receipts. Everything that was said about negotiations, how they transpired, beyond the numerical value, which is true and I'll get to, everything else is untrue. I don't really want to get into that. It's completely irrelevant. Here's why. Go back to the 20-something minute video, 30-minute video.
What the hell is that? I don't know what that was. Let's see what he's gonna say. There we go. Now I haven't seen any new stuff from Crowder in like maybe a year and a half. Nah, a year, because that was when that whole wife thing. But let's see. I don't know any of these new people. But God be with them, because to stay here and of course, when I want to do my live stream, I got someone drilling in the apartment below me. Almost 30,000 people are here, Crowder. Cut the shit and get to the point. Oh, it's not even Crowder.
I had been scheduled to host the show today for about a week, and the topics that we were going to discuss were what you would expect in any Louder with Crowder show. Talking about some news, make some jokes, maybe poorly.
Crowder couldn't even come to the show! He couldn't even show himself.
Well before any video that was released, we were going to do this show this way. I'll get to why Steven's not here in just a minute, but it was planned from a week ago, not from yesterday. I just want to say off the top that none of this had to happen. None of it. Didn't have to be this way at all. We didn't choose this. It was chosen for us.
Stephen
Howard.
Howard.
In just a few
That's
minutes,
right.
we went to great lengths to give people the ability to do the right thing, to honor their agreements, and to do what they said they were going to do. Unfortunately, they chose a different path. For the last year and a half, everything you've seen in the public eye has been part of a well-orchestrated plan. What is that plan? To assimilate damaging PR assets and wage a negative publicity campaign against Stephen. I'll show you the quotes. I'll show you the text messages. I'll show you everything. All of the stuff that we did not talk about because we were giving people the opportunity to do the right thing. Taking the hits, taking the hit pieces, dealing with all of it to give people the opportunity to do the right thing. They chose not to. I wonder why Jared decided to release his video yesterday. Just for some backstory, there had been no communication between our attorneys for a couple of weeks, so there was no impetus for it. The document compelling him to give a deposition had already expired on March 15th. So when he released his video yesterday, he asked you to contribute money for a lawsuit that did not exist, unless he's had a lawsuit that he would like to file, which he indicated maybe that was the case. We had not sued Jared. We simply asked Jared to knock it off. I'll get into the timeline of that. But Tuesday, March 26th, was the day that he chose to release his video. I wonder if it had anything to do with Wednesday, March 27th being the 5th day of mediation between Stephen and Hillary. Why release it the day before mediation? Mediation's a great opportunity for people to come together and resolve their differences peacefully.
What'd I say? Of course. Of course it comes out. I'm the victim because I have to go to mediation with my wife.
Here's the timeline.
Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo!
On October 27th, 2023, we filed our original Rule 202 petition that Jared mentioned. Rule 202 petition is basically saying, hey, we're serious. Please knock it off and tell us how far this went. On October 30th, we sent a cease and desist. At that time, October 30th, 2023, all Jared had to do was respond in writing saying that he was going to knock off what he was doing. He was going to stop violating his agreement that he voluntarily entered into. He chose not to. Legal fees associated with writing us a letter.
He sounds scripted because he is scripted. He's reading off cue cards.
Why we sent this to him in the first
He's
place.
reading a prepared statement.
6 years of no communication.
That's why they were late. That's why Crowder's not there. He's in mediation. Right? He has to go to court with his ex-wife to resolve issues with the divorce, resolve issues with his custody for his kids, visitation for his kids. But, oh, I'm the victim because my friend came out when I was in mediation.
That didn't even exist until this morning. It now exists because Jared has shown that he will continue to violate his NDA, to be a part of this scheme to assimilate damaging PR assets to put pressure on Stephen in the divorce. I'll show you all the receipts, guys. It's there.
So he's doing this. He's doing this because Stephen is in a divorce.
For which he was recruited to leverage the company as part of this long-standing plan. And I'm going to say it over and over again to make sure you guys understand. We've been living with this for the last year and a half. The plan is to assimilate damaging PR assets and wage a negative publicity campaign against Stephen. Per Hillary's father. Here come the receipts. I hate being in this position, guys. It gives me no pleasure to go down this road.
No pleasure, but
I am being forced to go down
almost
this road by their actions.
53,000 views. I guess it's worth it, right? It must be worth it to get.
I am not a guy that picks a fight. But if you tell me by your actions, by ignoring easy off-ramps, easy opportunities to do the right thing, that you are not going to stop coming after me and coming after this company and coming after the employees that work here and that put blood, sweat, and tears into this business, if you tell me my choice is to fight you,
the victim!
I am absolutely going to step up.
I'm the victim. That's what that is. I'm the victim.
We tried to do this the right way. It's frustrating for me.
The right way? You should have just let him talk.
The truth, and that's what's coming out today.
Whether he talks, whether Candace talks, whether somebody else on the internet talks, it's going to be out there on the internet. So what is the point of doing all this? He does have receipts. Landau has receipts. Candace has receipts.
For Jared,
it's all out there. What are you hiding from?
Of course, taking steps to redact personal information because we would never want to dox anyone. Here is Hillary's father in a group text thread to the family. And it's a message that was liked by Hillary. The type of team I want. They understand right-wing media. They are familiar with who Stephen is and that world and the things that would destabilize him. Remember that word, destabilize. Fully understand and agree that Hillary's goals and expectations for the outcome of this divorce are reasonable and attainable. Not necessarily according to Texas family law precedent, but by employing a media/Brian Friedman and PR strategy that will significantly threaten this public persona and brand. That's from
2022.
Yes. This has been the plan from the beginning, guys.
The beginning.
This is what we have been dealing with behind the scenes and not commenting on. We'll get to Brian Friedman here in just a second, but this is where Jared gets involved.
The beginning, right? This was the beginning.
Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not trying to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything.
This is
You're
what
not
they're talking
committed
about? 2022?
You just said I love you, I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs, put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dog. We're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, right? I love you, but Steven.
But he's the victim. Is there a date over here?
Watch it.
2021. It's 2024, people.
Fucking watch it.
After 6 years of no communication,
Let's see.
Jared gets roped into Hillary's plan, gets involved in this plan. February 17th of 2023, and just leave that overlay up for me. Hillary and Jared met in Atlanta to discuss their strategy, and they took this picture. How he changed my mind. I guess a proposed book that Hillary would like to write to apply more pressure to Stephen. February 20th, per Jared's text messages, any scenario where Hillary and I team up is the end of him, meaning Stephen. It is his worst nightmare. Watch the real fear enter his eye when Tim asks the question. All been going on behind the scenes. Can you believe the actions?
Yeah. So let's gather our own Avengers to go up Crowder, Steven, his father, Gerald A., and all of your millions of dollars that you guys get. Well, a little Avengers team, like his ex-wife who doesn't have any money, like Gerald who doesn't have any money, and his wife that doesn't have any money, to form a team to go against Crowder. Oh, but Crowder's the victim with his millions of dollars, with his, let me pause this, with his hot tub, his swimming pool, his pool deck, his shaded patio deck, his dog, and his big backyard. And with a ceiling fan, but he's the victim. Right? Stop working! I'm on live here! But he's the victim.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space.
But he's the victim.
Stuff engaging for a little bit. Okay? I love you.
You're gonna sit here and lie to the 50,000 people. Right? Here, let's go back. Let's see what else. How many people watching? It's almost 60,000 now.
Specifically, in order to get more than Hillary would get in court, or that Stephen even offered her, because his offers have been more generous than Hillary would ever get in court, per Hillary. From a text exchange between Hillary and her mother. Again, all public information, guys. This is a part of court filings, not us pulling anything, not us opining. The financial offer was serious, and the business valuator and both of my attorneys agreed the financial offer was good. And while that's better than I would get in court, I want more freedom than that, referring to, as well, custody of the children. Remember that. The financial offer was serious, and the business valuator and both of my attorneys agreed the financial offer was good. Offer was rejected. Why?
Why?
Let's go back to the plan.
Because there's no price you can put on freedom. That's probably why.
Negative publicity campaign.
You probably had this large lump sum of money that you were willing to give her, and they were like, we're going to give you all this money, but we're going to have you sign an NDA. No! That's what Jared has been saying. Hey, don't do this because this is what happens. You will never be able to tell your side of the story. He can portray you any way he wants. So yeah, no to your big lump sum of money.
That deliverable is up to us, not the legal team. I wonder why. And at the right time, Mark Scroggins, the first of three attorneys, will show SC the path to make it all go away. Do you understand what they're saying there, guys? We're going to wage a campaign against Stephen. Not to tell the truth about Stephen, but to misrepresent things that are going on. so that we can put pressure on him. Doesn't matter if these things are true or not. People are going to run with it because, hey, Steven Crowder tells some jokes sometimes that offend people.
No, that's not the reason why people are running with this. People are running with this because the video leaks, because of his own actions, posting them on online and on YouTube, blow up and show what kind of character he is.
At the right time, Mark, referring to Hillary's first divorce attorney, will show SC the path to make it all go away. They both want money, maybe fame. They don't care if it's at the expense or well-being of the children or the family, or if they do, they're hiding that fact very well. And look, based on what we've discussed, they don't believe that Mug Club should even exist because it should all belong to them. Having an undercover unit? No. That money belongs to Hillary. Going out and getting these documents released so you guys could know what's going on about the Nashville Manifesto, about the Chippewa Falls stuff that we've revealed and the other stories that we are working on right now? No, it belongs to them. Being able to bring in additional people to carry the load here? No, belongs to them. This is the through line with every single point. And this is something new. Not new to us, but new to you. And I want to tell you this from the perspective of somebody who hates to have to do this.
Really?
I do not in any way want to be in the position that I am in right now, having to react to people's bad decisions, but I don't have any other choice because it has been made clear by their actions over the last year and a half plus that there is no other way to say, guys, stop what you're doing. You have to quit. You have to do the right thing. You have to honor your agreements.
Oh, yes. Honor the contracts that are hurting you. So if the contracts are hurting you, stop honoring the contracts. But what Gerald wants is for you to continue to honor those hurtful contracts. Hurtful meaning you can't find financial employment anywhere else. You can't use your background stories. You can't use your history. You can't talk about your experience. You can't vocalize your experience. You can't even talk to other people who share the same experience as you with Crowder. Oh, I was abused by Crowder. Yeah, me too. Nope, sued because you two talked about it. Unbelievable. You're going to, because you just addressed it now. You're going to have to address it because you addressed it now.
Let's talk about some things that you know and maybe some things that you don't know. So, one of the things you know, the ring footage, right? Everybody remembers that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Right here.
Machine just froze.
Almost 70,000 views. Because everybody knows.
You know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's where we need to be right now. Just going to talk you guys through this. Here's what you know. Ring footage that was sent out that tried to portray Steven in a very negative light.
Yeah.
Having an argument with his wife. Steven admitted he's not a perfect guy.
Obviously.
There are definitely faults. Arguments happen. People always say stuff that they wish they could either take back or was taken out of context in arguments.
I don't know. Because I've been with my wife
but here's what you don't know.
For 10 years, and I've never said stuff like this before.
From that house on the ring cameras and the lake residence when a court expressly barred her from doing so. How many hours? Over 2,000 hours.
Wow.
Also, 8,000 hours never even handed over. Along with 18 seconds from the doctored video itself.
Doctored?
A note, Substack video had small portions that were not even included in the court-issued videos, which means that it came from some other source. You can do the math. This was all a part of the plan that we talked about.
So if this is doctored, release the whole clip.
A PR campaign.
Release the whole clip. What are you hiding? Release the whole clip. Give us all 2,000 hours.
More.
Give us the whole clip.
That's
You're
right.
so afraid of it. Give us the whole clip.
Multiple cameras in multiple residences has either been actively destroyed or never even handed over in the first place.
I like how they just, oh, it's been actively destroyed, or they just didn't hand it over. You think they're going to destroy evidence?
And we're having a
that
problem,
shows
I
that
guess, with
Crowder's
the
an
videos
asshole.
right now, so we can't show you
Doubt
exactly,
it.
but I will make all of this stuff available on our website. I'll make sure you guys have full access
Oh,
to all
somebody
of this.
said it over there.
It's not us.
Where is it?
This is court documents.
Pearl was
This is
right.
stuff that has been filed.
I don't know, somewhere in there.
Claim hardships. Here's what you don't know.
What
Hillary's
is
getting $25,000 per month from Stephen. Per month.
Yeah.
$300,000 a year, no taxes held out of it. In Texas, all divorce-related attorneys' fees are paid by the estate. Stephen's the only one actively contributing to the estate right now, so you can do the math there.
Well, because again,
It's the first time
she's not working because she's under an NDA that tells her that she cannot work in the field that she's been working for ever since being with Crowder. So what do you want her to do? Get her a job at Chick-fil-A?
attack against Stephen. I don't know if you guys remember who Brian Friedman is, but he represented Trevor Bauer's false accuser, releasing images that were doctored. What he knew at the time, what he didn't know, still up for a little bit of debate, but it looks like there was some reason to believe maybe this claim wasn't 100% on the up and up. Trevor's been
Yeah, that right
exonerated.
there.
It's been proven that this person lied about all of this. Maybe she even lied to Friedman. Who knows? But Friedman was all too
This
willing to
video
rush out
here
and
is not a
ruin
lie.
his career that I believe
That
was signed
video
a $1
there
million
is not.
contract
This one
with
right here,
baseball.
right here. That video right there, that is not a lie. That's video evidence. And if there's more evidence that you guys have, show it to us. Show it right there. Show it. Go ahead. Show me the video that tells us that she's an abusive liar. Show us that video.
And Friedman represented the same journalist.
You won't, because
who leaked
that
the
video
video.
doesn't exist.
Here's something else you know. Media hit pieces. We all saw that, right, Tim? Hit pieces coming out against us last year. Seemed like seemed like they were planned and orchestrated.
Daily Wire, Candace. Oh, it's
Come out.
victim.
One of the
They're
claims
coming
was,
after us.
Steve
The walls are closing in.
genitalia to people in the office. We talked about that. We addressed all of that. Here's what
they didn't see our Terminator 2
Terminator 2 sketch, or when you have to wear, like really thin garments so that you can be painted gold.
Yeah.
Right? For some of the sketches that we've done. Here's what you don't know. Jared exposed his penis in professional settings to Stephen. When they were at Wham Radio, he would expose himself in a way that only Stephen could see, and then for an hour, Stephen would have to sit there talking to people at the radio station about the business dealings of the show and not break. And to them, it was funny then and funny now. We're not calling him out for it. We're just saying it seems a bit odd that he was somebody who participated, maybe even started doing it, and then apparently cried foul about it. Here are some other key facts that I want to bring up. And tell me, do you think these facts seem destabilizing to you? And just, first off, just think about that.
What? Think about
Michael
this.
Malice during that interview. So it was another portion of that conversation. Now let's go to the latest. In this case, the New York Post spoke to several of Crowder's former employees. Also writes that they spoke to 10 former employees who
10.
claim Crowder ran an abusive company where he often screamed at his employees, including his own father, exposed his genitals, by the way, that allegedly happened a lot, sent out directives to...
So here we have 10 people saying that Crowder was the one exposing his genitals. But in this video, it was Jared. He exposed his genitals to Crowder in a professional
He
setting.
got a note saying from Hillary that Joe Louis was dangerous.
He said conversations
from the
here.
presence of
And what we're not getting is
He
the
almost
facts.
started crying.
Show us the receipts. You're showing us bits and pieces of a narrative that you guys are trying to string together and create a new story. That we're the victims. That, oh, it was Jared who showed us his genitals.
Owner who signed an affidavit stating that it was not only false, but the exact opposite of what was true in that situation. She also tried to get me
to
abandon Steven when she
Oh.
filed for divorce.
Oh, she did?
You heard
Oh.
me correctly. Gerald needs to leave Steven. I haven't talked to anybody else about that in any detail. As all of this is going on, I was, and this is not part of what I planned on talking about today, guys, but
Yeah,
I
friends
need you
to the end,
understand
right?
The level of, I don't even know the right word to say, but the crap that we are having to deal with is probably the most polite thing that I can come up with. Can you believe the things that you're hearing? Gerald, in Steven's moment where he needs his best or one of his best friends to be by his side, Gerald, leave him. There's a campaign to apply pressure. That part, I'm assuming now that I know that that was part of the plan. At the time, it was just Gerald, leave him.
Gerald, leave him.
I'm Andy. What's your name? Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
To the end, absolutely. To the end.
I can look back. Leave him. Abandon your friend when he's in need. When everybody agreed that it would be great if Gerald could help with Steven and help advocate for Steven and be a sounding board for what's going on in life, to be able to talk to him as I had been doing
A victim.
for many years prior to ever being
I told you that this was exactly what they were going to say. This is exactly what they were going to do when, oh, we're going to be a victim. That it's this Avengers setup team that's coming after us. It's the Age of Ultron army that's coming after Steven, me. It's, again, you Daily Wire, Candace Owens, Hillary Crowder, now Jared. All these people are out to get Crowder. Crowder did nothing wrong, right? Show us the videos. Show us the emails. You're quick to show us, hey, I'm going to show you this whole phone call. I'm going to show you a screenshot of some court documents. Let Hillary Crowder come on live TV and say her 2 cents. What are you scared of? Crowder, come out. Say your 2 cents. You're trying to play this backroom Wizard of Oz bullshit with the narrative, and it's not working for nobody. It ain't working for Crowder. It ain't working for Hillary. The more that you try to put this in the background, the more you guys look like the bad guy. Because it's like what Jared said. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Any longer, and as the famous saying goes, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
That's it.
So
sunlight is the best disinfectant. But for some reason, you guys
and they don't like Steven, and maybe
don't want to have that out.
And so to make sure that his family is protected, he goes through great lengths to make sure nobody knows where he lives. Hillary intentionally doxed it. I won't use the exact words. You can see it in the image. But it's evil.
Evil.
Shortly after Jared received Steven's personal address from Hillary, Steven received a threatening message. The package came from Smyrna, Georgia. Didn't say who it was from, but we later found out that that is mere miles from where Jared lives. Again, Jared's probably going to say, oh, come on, it was a joke. Okay.
What was it?
Address. Nobody knows where he lives. You
What
didn't
was
say
it?
who it was from. You just said watch it, effing watch it on there. I know where that came from.
Yeah, the ring camera from Crowder saying it.
I get it.
Oh, the edited
context that I'm not
video.
going into today about what happened in that, but I probably will at some point to give you a little bit more insight. Not even close to what you think it means. Hillary admitted it. Have it on tape. Part of public filings. Steven receives a package at an address that no one is supposed to have.
Uh-huh.
And then wonders, are my children safe?
Oh.
Am I safe?
Using your
Who
children.
leaked this address? How did this get out? How would you feel if the person
You're a public figure.
children with
It's gonna come out regardless.
leaked your private home address, knowing that the kids would be there during certain times of the week?
Relax. You're a public figure.
It's something that I can't even
People know
comprehend.
the school where Ben Shapiro's
Something so
kids go to. People know where Candace Owens works. People know where Trump lives. You're a public figure.
I want to say a couple
It was
of
going to
things
come out.
as I wrap
Regardless
this
if you
up.
have kids or not. It's going to come out.
NDAs are a
People know
normal
where I live.
part of doing business.
People know where Crowder
You
lives
sign
now.
an NDA voluntarily. Jared
I don't know
signed
where he
his
lives.
voluntarily, and then he breached it. Didn't have to sign it. Could have left. Could have just left. Could have walked away. Didn't have to sign the exit. He signs it on the way in again. Didn't have to sign that either. Never.
Which one is it? He
voluntarily
signed
signed an agreement.
Did he sign it
and
on the
then
way
decided
in,
to
or
break it. He also
was it on
lied
the
to
way
you
out?
guys.
Because if you sign that on the way in, it means do you have a job or you don't have a job?
With his
You
friends.
sign it, or you don't have a job. Because if it was on the way out, nobody's gonna sign an NDA if they're on the way out. That's just stupid. So right there again, that little narrative that you're trying to string on, it falls apart.
Sure, no address is divulged to where somebody sleeps with their young children.
That was weird. Right when I came, that was
I'm
a
not
weird
restricting your
sentence
speech, Jared.
right
I
there.
simply asked you to honor your agreement that you voluntarily entered into.
Voluntarily.
And you had every opportunity to do the right thing before being sued today. We'll get the lawsuit to you, I promise. And I hate it, man. From the very beginning, I talked to the lawyers about making sure.
So I guess Jared was right for him to make a GoFundMe because he knew you guys were going to go after him.
Stephen, I'm bought and paid for by no one. Again, Stephen's friend before this job, Stephen's friend after this job. I didn't want this to cost you money. I didn't want this to go out and be public for everybody. I did want you to honor your agreement and knock it off. When you refused, I needed to know how far this went. That was it.
That was
Could have
it.
been the end of it.
Could have been the end.
After 2 hearings that maybe lasted about an hour each.
Could have been the end. But he found out that, hey, this guy's abusing his wife. He's abusing other workers. Let me do the right thing and help. Let me help this woman.
Clear that the only way that we can get to a place of understanding of what your agreement was and that you should honor it is for me to have to sue you. I did not want it to be this way. I take no pleasure in it. No matter what the outcome.
80,000 views, people. 80,000 views on this response video. Not even
One
close.
thing you also need to know, guys, Hillary is behind this entire plan to assimilate the damaging PR assets and wage a negative publicity campaign against Stephen. I'll say it again. That is the plan. And maybe it's because she's taking bad advice. I don't know. All I know is that the actions have been consistent in rejecting very generous offers. More money than Stephen's ever made in his entire life has been offered. No. More. Every time.
More or
Every single time.
more or hey, I would rather take less, but allow me to speak my truth. That's probably what she's negotiating, but you guys won't say that, or you guys won't show that, because you know it's damaging against Steven Crowder. The truth could be damaging, but you guys won't show it. It could be a relief, but you won't show it.
While people repeatedly attack us and violate their agreements with us, and you better believe that I am going to fight like hell to defend this company and to defend our ability to communicate with you and to defend Stephen, as imperfect as he is. We are all imperfect. Didn't have to be this way. There's still time to do the right thing. But I guarantee you what's going to happen again. They're going to attack me and not talk about the facts. They're going to continue to try and wage this campaign against Stephen. Jared, you left in August of 2018. We said nothing about you. Move on with your life, man. What in the world are you doing? I don't want this line to keep going, but this lawsuit is the only way I feel like we can get any kind of understanding. I'm sorry that it had to happen this way, but it wasn't something that I chose. And look, I'm sorry for all of you who have to hear this drama. We're not pleased in any way to be a part of drama. Sometimes it happens and we have to defend ourselves, and we don't shy away from that, even though it's drama. Nobody likes it when conservatives are fighting one another. Nobody likes it when people are attacking, and it's just like a terrible episode of network TV. I hate it too. We want to get back to doing the content that you like, and we will. I appreciate a lot of you standing up.
Let's
and saying,
see if
hey,
this went
I
up.
know these guys. There's got to be more to the story. I hope today you found out there is a lot more to this story. A whole lot more. There's been a campaign going on for the last year and a half plus.
What happened?
Where Hillary
Only
has
one
been
view?
roping people in, people that she hadn't talked to in years and hadn't even really been friends with, to try
Who's in
and
chat?
damage Steven Crowder and get more than a court would allow.
What
It's
happened?
time for that to stop.
I'm the only one watching this.
Today has to be the day that starts to change.
Did the stream? I guess the stream
We'll
finished.
see you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing the show.
And that's it. That's all you got to say. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, 6.4 million views.
I did not. In the same delivery, I was
But move
also
on, Jared.
served
Da 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 da. Move on. He can't.
Rule 202
You
petition from
keep
my
suing him.
former employer.
If it's not that,
that,
you don't
that
allow
I
him
had to.
to get a new job.
These documents were
Anywhere.
filed with the county court of my former
He says it himself.
Place of employment, the broadest and strictest non-compete one could draft. It told me on my Twitter account, another potential lifeline to future work, which I had owned and been the sole manager of since 2009, was to be turned over to them on the argument that it was somehow their intellectual property now. Presumably.
But if you go back, let's get rid of this crazy lady.
Do it. There's not the penalty of the demonetization, or if they're removed from iTunes, Apple, YouTube. What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for everyone, not just, let's get rid of me here. Everyone, if there's a penalty for being demonetized on YouTube, because your business model requires that be a huge component of it, you need to change your business model or this movement cannot work, Jeremy. I can't imagine my show trying to come up and be beholden to YouTube advertiser guidelines, let alone, I mean, honestly, being beholden from a conservative entity with hard strikes, right, being removed, but let alone being advertiser friendly. We know how broad those guidelines are. They might as well just read, don't say anything offensive, and they change them at the drop of a hat.
I'm not suggesting that the guidelines aren't terrible. I'm suggesting that
Business. Well, guess what? It's not to me. Of course, everyone here likes nice things. They want to make a living. You've heard me say this many times. I want to pass the torch. I want there to be someone else to do this. What would it take for you to walk away? Look, I understand there are going to be differing opinions on this. Since fielding requests for people who've sent this in who you guys are on. And here's something else. I was also very measured. I was painstakingly clear in taking myself off the table because it wasn't going to be a right fit. That happens in business all the time. But that we weren't talking about me. We were talking about the futures of other people who could potentially be in that position, that very disconcerting position. No miscommunication. What I'm talking about is you're describing a model for
to keep me from working even further. My former employer even tried to claim my personal production equipment, gear I had owned for years prior to working there, as company property. after producing every receipt to validate my ownership.
Trending worldwide.
A vicious lie that I stole from the company was born and disseminated by my employer. By the way, breaking their side of this bogus mutual non-disparagement agreement. I have those receipts as well. All I simply wanted to do was peacefully leave. It was clear by my employer, though, that this was not only unacceptable, but that I needed to be punished for doing so. Being bullied on each of these terms, and many more, fighting for my basic freedoms to leave and provide for my family, immediately sent me into legal debt. I did not want to sign anything, mind you. But the negotiations with my former employer left no question that without a signed NDA, my guaranteed silence, I would undoubtedly be harassed well into the future. No matter if
everybody thinks that Gerald is his dad.
Or for where I worked, or what I did or what I said were legitimate or not. It didn't matter. It would cost me thousands and thousands to fight back, and they knew that. I had to make a deal with nothing but a small savings account. And
yeah, boy. Let's see if anybody else has posted this. Nope. Post.
And my last paycheck, I had to accept the deal I could afford. It's very important to note.
Well, I think that shows exactly where Crowder is. He showed no receipts. He flashed up some little documents for less than a second. I'll go back and probably read it. But again, where's the video clips that show manipulation by Hillary? Where's the video clips? Where's the... You got some text messages from Hillary's dad saying, hey, we need to get Crowder's image and make it look bad. Look bad by showing the truth? Okay. What was the beginning of this video? What'd he say? Boom.
Enough is enough. This can't go on any longer, and as the famous saying goes, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
And that's it. And that's true. This will only continue to escalate because Crowder is still trying to hide everything. He's still hiding behind his friends, his father, his company, and whenever something gets too close to the truth for Crowder, he turns into a victim. Oh, my company, my employees, my children. Realistically, the best scenario he's going to get out of mediation is 50-50 custody. And that doesn't seem quite logical for a court to go for, only because, one, he's got this show to run. He's traveling across the country. Are you going to take your kids with you? It's unrealistic. They're going to be at home with a nanny? Some other woman that you're probably going to abuse? So most likely you'll probably get them for visitation, and you'll probably have to pay child support towards Hillary. And there's nothing else that's going to come out from that. But you're fighting so hard to hide all the truth out there that the harder you squeeze trying to hold it, the more little bits slip out. And that's your fault. That's your fault, man. You know, you want to come out here and say, oh, he showed his genitals to me. But right here we got 10 other people who claim Crowder has abused them in the company and exposed his genitals. So we have 10 versus your 1. So which is it? I got nothing else. But let's see if anything comes out from this. I doubt it's going to be anything coming out from the Crowder camp, because every time he comes out and says something, he's the victim. He was the victim today, and let's see. What's this? Where's the other one where he was the victim before? Right? Oh, I'm the victim, give me money.
That clause, that spirit will not be in any contract
I'm the victim,
sent
give me
out
money.
to anyone else who's at the front lines fighting for this country, and we're done. All of this stops right now. You will never hear from me.
He's the victim, give me money.
I know that he talks a lot. I know that he's
I'm the
star of
victim,
the
give me
show.
money.
I know when to throw him what he needs to be thrown. I know when to sit back. It's what I did with Anthony for years. It's what I did next to Artie. It's what it's what I do. I'm not trying to ever steamroll him.
Right.
It was just, hey, don't be funnier. Don't be, and that's the truth. I mean, it sounds.
But you want to sit here and say that you're the victim.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary in abusive and cruel.
Good luck with that, man.
You're not taking the card. Because
If more video footage of this comes out, say goodbye to Lateral Crowder. Call it something else, because you're done. You're going to be done with this? Good luck, man. I'll see you guys in the next stream or whatever I decide to rant about. But I saw this last night and I had to post something.